Let's go.
Mic check, here we go. It's the Kid Plot coming out your stereo. I know they hear me because I'm in every scenario.
Buddy, I encourage it. This is the real deal. People have been warned that if their kids are sitting in the back seat at times, just be prepared for the odd F-bomb, which is fuck. Yes, you can say it if you want.
Your favorite four-letter F word?
Yeah. No, and you know what? I encourage it because some people, in order for them to be vulnerable and be who they are, you can't change that. It's not disrespectful when you're just telling the truth. And sometimes that has to come out, man. So for sure.
The one thing that's not allowed in this podcast is filtering.
I agree. Let's not fake it.
It's raw. Yeah, it's raw as can be.
Yeah. All right. So I am having the great honor of sitting with 25-year-old Terron Beckham, originally from Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
Correct? And this guy is, I don't know if these stats are still true, but the last I saw was a 5'11", 230-pound, lean and mean muscle machine with agility out his ass. The guy can backflip. He can do anything with a 44-inch vertical, if I'm correct. That's just about 4 feet, man, from the ground. That is insane.
Insane.
That is insane.
You're gonna give me my inch. I'm 6 feet. All right. I'm not 5'11". I'm 6 feet.
Well, last time I saw that, man, you're still young and you're still growing. So hey, yes, we'll give you the other the other inch for sure. So we got 6 foot, 230 pounds, and probably more than 230 now by the looks of it.
You know, 5'11" is just too long. 6
6 feet it is. There was another thing I saw, a 40-yard dash in 4.47 seconds. What the hell, man? Were you a track and field stud in the younger days?
I did a lot of stuff in track. I did the 100, 200. Occasionally, coach pushed me to do the 400. But my favorite was the 200. And I did long jump and triple jump.
Jeez. That's insane, man. Insane. So, Terron,
so I had to do as much as I want, as I could to stay out the house.
Yeah, that's good. How about siblings? Did you have anyone that was really driving you, or that you felt you were competing with when you were younger, or up to this point?
No, I mean I had siblings. The only one that lived with me was my sister, from my mother. I'm not like I don't have any like full blood siblings. Everybody's like a half blood, So I got a sister from my mom, brother, sister, brother from my dad, all different women of each. And, yeah, so I had a brother that was good at basketball, and that was really it, but he wasn't really around like that, so I didn't really feel any competition or I had to be better or in some sort.
Yeah.
It was just me, just being me, to be honest.
You know what? I find that in everything that you're doing now, when I see, that's really where it is it's you versus you. I've never seen any of your videos where you're laying down a challenge. It's always you getting better for you. And man, your explosive nature, where the hell did this explosive nature come from? Like, you got a set of ass and quads on you that are out of this world, but that's one thing for explosive, man. But you have this explosive nature. And I'm not only talking about a vertical or what you can do pushing weight, but you have this energy within you that just creates this explosive force no matter what you're doing. Where the hell does that come from?
I still to this day don't understand where it comes from. It surprised me. I'll never forget. It surprised me. 7th grade. It was in a basketball game when we were getting warmed up, and on accident I had dunked the ball on accident. I was just going up for a layup, and then next thing you know, my eyes are like at the rim. I'm like, oh well, shit, I'm at the rim. And I dunked it, and we got a tech because 7th graders aren't supposed to be dunking. And so yeah, I'm just like, and everybody in the crowd was just like, yo, like you just dunked ball, and I'm standing there, shocked, like where did that come from? And I've noticed throughout my life that it just shows up. I just get into some deep thought or like really relax. It happens the most when I'm relaxed, and I just let it happen rather than thinking about it too much. So, I mean, that's same thing when I did the NFL combine, doing my vertical jump, just relax and you just pretty much go for it. And that's that. But then I try to train explosively. I try to think of the feelings that I get when that happens, and I try to incorporate that in my training as well.
Yeah. I watched you do some pull presses, and I was like the size of you doing pull presses, like it's effortless. There's another thing with your explosive force. So it's not only in your legs. I'm saying it's like everywhere you have. But kind of neat that you're saying that started in a grade 7, 12 to 13-year-old, and you're still not certain where it is, but you grab it and you utilize it, and that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I like just like you're telling me now, where'd you get the explosiveness? And when other people say it, it's known that it's there. And I just like the fact that that's kind of one of the things that keeps me pushing and driving for myself, because I don't want to lose that. So, yeah.
So with that, you had said something there that kind of piqued my interest in your whole like spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical state of who you are, Terron. You must have some kind of a balance to that, or you're working it from all angles, because you said you just say it openly. Where it comes from, you're not certain, but you welcome it. So I mean, you're very well rounded to say like, hey, it is what it is. I'm this superhuman figure, and I'm just going to roll with it.
I don't want to over exaggerate with superhuman.
oh no, you are, brother. You are.
But yeah, I do welcome it, and and I, like I said, I do try to work around my training to keep whatever it is growing, and surprise myself even more, tomorrow or in the future, whatever I do.
I'm curious about something actually. Is you said that you do best when you're most relaxed and you don't overthink it. So what happens when you do overthink things?
I feel like when I do overthink, I feel like I get to a point to where, honestly, where I can't perform like fully, 100%.
Interesting.
Yeah. When I just let things go and just like, when I say, it is what it is, and just clear my mind, it won't feel like it to me that I just did something like super crazy or jumped so high. But when I see like, oh snap, I just jumped a 45 vert, then I'm like, oh crap. But when I really try, it's like, oh, I felt like I got really high, and it's just like it wasn't.
That's cool. That's cool that you're already tuned into that. That was a great question, Kat. And that's cool that you're already tuned into it, just to let it be what it's going to be. So say you're going to go under the squat. I watched you the one day. I just love that you'll go tackle anything, no matter what the outcome is. What I'm meaning is you'll throw it live on the camera and say, okay, today I'm going to go get underneath 600 pounds, and I'm going to see if I can squat. If you can't, you kick it off and say, hey, not today. I've watched you do that, and man, that's impressive. There's no ego in what you're doing, and that's very admirable.
They're like, oh, you're ego lifting. It's like, no, either I know I can do it, but either it's a day that I can or it's a day that I can't. Simple as that. I mean, I've deadlift 735 before, and a day I can go in and walk in the gym and be like, hey, I feel like deadlifting 735 again today. And same thing, either I go in there with a clear mind and do it, or I psych myself out and think too much and I fail a rep or whatever. But either way, I just go for it that day. Because some people say that I do too much each week, because I'll, let's say this week I went for like 765 on deadlift. Didn't happen, but like a week later, I'll go for it again. I'm like, yo, you can't do that. But I just so might happen to pull it off. I don't know how. It just happens, So
when you say someone's telling you can't do it, who specifically is telling you can't go in and do it?
I mean, the comment trolls.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what you meant. I thought you meant you had a. Yeah, I thought you meant like you had a close workout buddy. Like I've seen you like work out with Larry Wheels or someone, and I didn't know if they were doing that to really push you to do it, and it was like reverse psychology. They're working it. You can't do
that. No, you got to learn to stay in your lane. All right, you got to learn quick to stay in your lane, because you will end up hurt. So I already know how to control myself. But like it's like, yeah, you want to like throw up more weight, but it's like, all right, Like, Larry, bro, no, I can't do that. Like, you just lifted my max for like 10 reps. I'm not gonna go that route.
Trot, I know you talked about when you were 13 when this really started, but where did this hunger, this hunger came from somewhere, like this hunger to get better, to exceed, like you said it earlier, you want to exceed what you did yesterday. And you just, so do you document this? Do you write down, okay, today I went out and I fucking nailed this. And now tomorrow I want to go over and do that times 1.5 what I did.
Honestly, if it's not on video, I don't document anything. I mean, it's just a day to me. And just like whatever that day was, all right, you know, the next day goes on and I really don't care about the day before anymore. But when you ask where the hunger came from, I think it started with going towards the end of high school when I didn't know what I was going to do because I wanted to do so many sports. I actually wanted to be a basketball player over football, and found out I was too short for that. So I just kind of squashed that dream. Went for football, and it was kind of a like, yo, I want to be able to take care of my family. So I'm going to try to utilize my skills with sports, which was football. So I was trying desperately hard for 5 years, just training my ass off 2-a-days for, like I said, 4 or 5 years straight to make that reality. And as you know, eventually I got the opportunity to go out for the NFL and Jets and stuff, which didn't happen. But either way, through that journey, I've still built what I have now, which is, you know, the fan base, sponsorships, so making my own income for myself and still being able to do what I promised myself to do for my family, but just a different route.
That is awesome.
Why is it so important to you to be able to, you know, provide for your family?
Because, you know, I mean, my peeps, my folks, they only get older. They worked all their life, like literally all their life. So I just want to give them a piece of the world that they've never experienced.
What does that mean to you, though? Like, what do you hope to be able to give to them? What do you want them to be able to experience?
Like, just like explore the world, because, you know, their generation, like of where they're from, the South. My mom's from Arkansas, dad's from Kentucky. Everybody there, they don't really travel. They don't go places. It's just like they live there, they die there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that's how it is. A lot of people down south, and they even friends from where I'm from Dallas, Texas, and even friends from where I'm at, like they're surprised I even left Texas to move to New York. Like, man, I'll never see myself leaving Texas. You know, like it's crazy. You know, and I asked them, "Have you traveled anywhere?" Like, no, not really. Kansas, you know, I drove into Kansas or whatever. I'm like, nah, explore outside of America and stuff. So,
that takes us to another interesting spot. When I was reading your 5-year transformation, rather than make you go right through 2012 right up to 2017, because we're catching bits and pieces of that, a few of the things that really they pulled on my heartstrings, man. I'm not even going to lie to you about this. You went several times with like $1 or $2 in your pocket, didn't know where you were going to sleep, knew that you got out of Dallas, you got to New York, but hey, New York's not for me. Now I got to get to LA. And I'm working on minimal fundage. I have very little. You talked about your Best Buy job and other jobs that you had along the way that got you to that next stepping stone, to that next path on your journey. But man, there had to have been something knocking on your ass to say, keep grinding, keep going when you got down, you know?
Man, but when I was in that car, when I was in college, first year of college, first semester, and when I was in my ex-girlfriend's car at the time, like crying in the cold, it's cold as hell. Her car was trash too. So I had to sleep in her car for like 3 days because I got kicked out of dorms, 3 or 4 days because I got kicked out of the dorms because I didn't have enough financial aid for school. And I was trying to stay with this friend, and I just kept getting caught and kept getting put out of dorms. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm tired of this. So I just slept in the car. she tried to help me out. Other people tried to help me out. And I'm a very like push off person kind of when somebody tries to like over help me, I guess. I feel like I'm a burden to people. I just kind of disappear and do my own thing. So yeah, those 3 days just really hit me hard. And I just sat there and thought about what I was trying to do, what my purpose was, and where I wanted to go from that point. And I mean, that pretty much really put a fire, I guess I would say, in me.
Shit, that's a goosebump moment right there, man. When you speak of the fire, you got this fire and this passion that's burning within you, knowing that you just got to keep pushing forward. Is there any one individual or one thing that actually really encouraged you or enlightened you, or like, do you have some kind of a, back to your 4 pillars that you have, like in your spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, is there something there that would talk to you or say like, hey man, just keep grinding, just keep going, what you're doing is right, might not fucking seem like it right now, and this sucks, life is handing me a bad freaking deal, but I'm going to keep rolling, I'm going to keep learning and growing, and these gifts and abilities I have are going to become recognized? Is there anything that really, or anyone or anything?
I mean, I guess not anyone, aside from, my goals of taking care of my parents and helping them out. I would say possibly on a spiritual level, even though I think a lot differently on a spiritual level than when I was growing up, because yeah, that's another story to talk about. But like you said, there's always just been that thing in my head that's just like, hey, you're dealing with this right now, but you got to understand what you're capable of doing, and you know how to get yourself out of situations. The struggle only makes you stronger. All of this pain is just temporary for the greater good. And I just kept thinking that, and still to this day I keep thinking that. People think everything's all fine and dandy, because it seems like it on the gram or YouTube, and life's great, life is good. I'm very thankful from where I am now, from where I used to be, but life still sucks a lot at times.
Yep.
I have a lot more responsibility for things than I used to, and I have to keep that up. I have to constantly, I'm not just taking care of myself now, and I have a girlfriend, I have my videographer, I have my family, I have business, I have a fan base. I have to constantly keep I wouldn't say certain image, because just certain image is just me regardless. I really don't give a fuck what people see.
Yep.
But either way, all I know is, like you kept saying, I have to keep going forward regardless, point blank. No ifs, ands, buts.
Yeah. Do you remember like so at what point in your life you were digging so deep for all this to make frickin' sense, and you were at that low point? You still have them, you've had them, but at what point were you digging so deep and that low point was there staring you in the face, and you plowed right the fuck through it, Terron? You just knocked it over.
I think my first year in New York, when I made the move to Texas, walking around a very wealthy city with $5 in my pocket and a train ticket.
Nice.
To and from work. And my first job was at David Barton's gym in New York, Astor Place. It was my first job. Not even 3 months in, I got fired. I got fired but it was because I was doing I guess they saw that I was going to be bigger than what they wanted me to be, which would have been negative for them. So, I started really focusing on my own business with fitness and stuff. And I didn't want to do anything for anybody else, for a gym, for them, and get low cut and stuff. And I got fired, and I kind of fell for a minute, like, yo, I just got fired. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm already broke, and I'm super broke now. and I'm sleeping on the couch. I slept on the couch for my whole first year of living in New York, which I've been through worse, like the car and stuff, But I slept on the couch for the whole first year. Adam Silver, which is the man that took me in, he was my modeling manager at the time. He took me in. There was another model guy at the house. So it was all three of us, but I had to go independent. I didn't really know how to go independent as a trainer because I don't know how to talk to people, strangely. You wouldn't think that. A lot of people are like, oh, you talk to people all the time. Like, no, I don't know how to talk to people. Like, if you ask me to go get a client right now in person, I would be the most shyest, awkward person in the world. But I had to utilize media and understand my weaknesses and see what my strengths are. Like now, I'm good over here,
Yep.
So presenting myself over the internet was a lot easier for me to connect with people and, still be myself and not feel like I'm being awkward. And that moment is really when I got my clients. And now I don't know how to put this. All right, so I got my clients from that, and this is when it really sunk for me. I started getting clients, I started getting motivated, positive, and then all of a sudden I lost everybody, because people have jobs, people travel, they do stuff, and back again, you're like back at zero. So I hit a point to where I thought I was getting success in New York, and then I dropped, and then I had to climb back up again. Once again, thinking the same thing, everything's going good, making a little bit of money, drops again, and at that point, for 2 weeks, I just kind of gave up on everything. Was about to pack up, go home. Mom's like, yeah, come home, Dad. They all wanted me to come home, and I didn't know what to do with myself anymore because it seemed like I was pretty much doing what success means, going up and down, very randomly. And but once again, I just say, you know what? I'm not about to waste the time that I've spent here to build myself and what I'm trying to do, and kept going.
Man, do you feel, or has anyone ever told you you're an old soul? Like, you're 25 years old, man, and you got this fucking shit figured out at 25, and you know what the driving force is behind it. That is rare. I'm just going to tell you. I don't know everybody, but I think that's pretty rare. But has anyone ever told you you're like this old soul that's just willing to keep putting another chink of armor on every time someone tries to kick you in the nuts? You're going to keep standing up, and you're just going to get stronger and stronger. And
Yeah. I've heard that a few times, from honestly from like gym owners. A lot of when I used to spend a lot of time in the gym and I talked to a lot of older people. Majority of my last girlfriends were a lot older than me also. So
we're not talking like 50, are we? Ron, that's cougar status, and they would just lap a young stud like you right up.
It's just like I'm just been attracted to the mindset of older people. I know, even regardless of what age I was, and just to pick the brains to learn. Because I was first off, I did that because I was scared of life. And what better way to learn about life than to somebody who's been through it, for years. So.
This. Go ahead, Kat.
About the floor falling out from under you, even now. So you've said a few times throughout your life, you've been in a good spot, you've been really confident, things were going well, and then all of a sudden it just like tanked, and you felt like it was almost unexpected.
I'm totally real, like right fucking now, and I just moved to LA, thinking I'm good. Like, I'm moving, got finances, everything's great, whatever. And I mean, I'm not like tanking, but it's just like, all right, I'm in LA. I thought I was doing great, or was set up enough to make the move like a smooth move. And maybe I'm just being a bitch, but I make this move. I thought everything's taken care of financially, and whatever. And next thing you know, I got this bill that comes up, taxes that comes up, and all this stuff. And then I'm trying to take care of this person at the same time. And I just kind of Like I almost had like a freaking nervous breakdown like 4 days ago, you know, because it's just like I have fucking responsibilities, and sometimes I just want to leave. I just want to disappear once again. Like no, you know, because I'm as you say, I'm an old soul, but I still feel like a child as well, and I still get scared of big responsibilities as an adult in the adult world, because I still love my cartoons in the morning and my video games and stuff
What
like
type
that.
of cereal?
And actually, I love
Captain Crunch?
yes, Captain Crunch.
Oh, I'm a minor.
Captain Crunch.
Let's get him an endorsement with Captain Crunch. I think he'd be a great Captain Crunch endorsement, Terron.
I love Captain Crunch.
You know, that leads me to another one. When I was listening to your 5-year transformation, you talked about fear and what fear has done for you as a motivator. I want you to talk a little bit about that, because that's just kind of where you were just heading right there.
So fear, you know, I like this quote. What is this quote from? This quote is from Earth. Have you seen Earth with Will Smith?
Yep, you bet.
He's like, fear is not there. It's what your mind is. It's the future that you think of that creates fear. And I find myself thinking about the future a lot, and that's why I've feared a lot. But it's the thing that I have control of now to change that. And like I said, when it goes to when I tap into the explosiveness, just a clear head, I pretty much take it the same way and just go into life each day with a clear head. Don't try not to go into the next day with the problems of the day before. Just take each day that day at a time. Let that day be it today and move on to the next one. And well, unless it's like some payment I have to make, then but fear is what keeps me pretty much just constantly running. Too much of the world fears a lot of things. One thing is greater than the other for a lot of whoever in the world. You know, there's people who fear, you know, the lights going out at night in a third world country because it's dangerous. You know, we all have to think of what level of fear we're really in, and is it necessary to even, you know, fear the reality of the situation. And I can't sit here and really think about the future so much when I have the present to worry about. So I'm not even going to put those type of issues in my mind already, when this is what's important right now. The reality of now is what's important, not later. Later will come when it comes, but the importance is now, and that is pretty much, I'm living right now. I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive tomorrow, you know? So I have to take care, I have to control my situations while I'm living right now. And that's how I pretty much see things. But if I was to use the term of, once again, fear again, then it's all just motive to keep going. I mean, it would be worse for me to stop doing what I was doing, and there would just be more buildup of life and fear of the future.
Damn, dude, keep that balance. That is killer. That is killer. Yeah, I want to dive into a little bit of your structure and your discipline. I'm curious to know what your day looks like. When you wake up, you eat that bowl of Captain Crunch, you take your crunch, you drink some water. What do you do? What drives you? Where do you go?
I mean, are you talking about just like my daily routine?
Your daily routine, yep.
I usually wake up. I either go work out or play some games. Or I actually don't eat breakfast like that, to be honest, anymore. After I found out I'm lactose intolerant, I stopped eating like cereal. So,
good plan.
I mean, I eat cereal, but it's not as good with all milk.
Lactate.
Lactate, yeah. But sometimes it's tricky. Lactate, for me, it'll act up with me sometimes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it's like on and off with that. But lactate's actually really good. It actually tastes better than regular
It
milk.
does. It's thicker.
Yeah, and it's like sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. But
I love it.
but yeah.
Not lactating. Lactate. milk products.
Sorry, I was thinking of boobs there for a minute. I was getting excited.
Control the mind, clear the mind.
I'm clearing it, bro. I'm getting clear. Zoom. Here we go.
All right. But I mean, my days are, when I think about it, my days are boring. I wake up, like I said, I either go work out, play a game. When I work out, I go film for YouTube, or actually, you know what? I take that back. The first thing I do when I wake up is I'm like, all right, what stupid ass video I'm gonna do today?
That's what I was wanting.
Yeah, that's the honest truth right there. Like, what dumbass video, Terron? What you gonna do? A squat jump at 315? You gonna deadlift 600 and do backflips? You gonna like what? Because media controls my life so much. I won't say control, but it's a big part of my life. And every day I have to wake up and think of like, what's the next big video? And it gets annoying at times, but it's just like I could be doing like something I don't want to do, and wake up, do that, hit up Jeffrey. He's my videographer. He lives with me now. And just kind of sit there and think of whatever plans we have for the day to shoot. Go to the gym, go shoot, come back home, eat, play some video games, like live stream some games. I'm a big gamer.
Yeah.
That's half of my brand. Half of my brand is gaming. The other half is fitness. And that is honestly it. A boring ass life.
But it's your life, and you might think it's boring, but you know what? That's well diverse. You're diversified to a degree. If one's not really doing it for you, you're going to go do the other. If you don't feel like doing the 315 and the backflips and everything, like just play an extra game. That's pretty cool that you got some diversity in your life, which I think a lot of people are lacking when it's just too much of the same repetitive, right?
What do you do for personal fulfillment? So I heard I watched a Tony Robbins video yesterday, and he said achievement without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So what do you do that fulfills you? And it may be part of what you do on a repetitive basis for achievement, but what is truly fulfilling for you?
Playing video games.
And what's fulfilling about that?
If I would be I would be such a big nerd if I didn't get into fitness. Like I would just be, but like the gaming anime stuff is the reason why I'm strongly into fitness, because, it's like being a kid, you see superheroes, you want to be that superhero. You want to,
can you put those glasses on, please?
You're a big nerd.
Now, those are the two most the two most jack nerds I've ever seen. Right? I love it.
Okay. Do you take creatine?
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that why your muscles are so big?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty watery right now because of them.
I think I just pissed myself. Oh, that's.
Deadlift platform.
Oh shit, that's awesome. No, that's good. I was curious about that. Ron, here's one thing I'm curious about. I want to leave those glasses on when you answer this. I need you to leave these glasses on. If you could go back and tell the younger version of you, so if you could be you, come back and look you in the eyes, what would you tell yourself?
Oh, I've answered this before, and I'll say the same thing. I tell myself, I dap myself up. We're like, hey, pimpin', you're going to be good, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Nice.
Keep going. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't tell them to, bet on this lottery because whatever's going to win this or blah, blah, blah. I would just tell myself to just keep grinding and keep doing what he's doing. And then I'll step back. I'm like, look at me. Look at me right now. All right, cool. You see where you're going to be, right? All right, yeah. That's it.
I like that. Kat, I'm going to throw that at you too while you're sitting there. You can go back and tell the young version of you, you're you, looking yourself in the eyes. What would you tell yourself?
I just tell myself that, you're good enough. I think I needed to hear that from myself a lot when I was growing up. I constantly didn't feel good enough with a lot of everything that I was doing in life. And if I could just tell myself that, that's what I would say. You're good enough.
That is awesome. So, Kat, what do you think? Do you think we should put Terron on the? He's a gamer. How about if we do this is like a game show, and I'm the game show host, and I'm going to ask some questions. Should we get him
And
going?
let's set a timer. We'll set a timer so he has a specific amount of time to answer the question.
Oh,
I'm in video games.
shit.
I'm not a talk show or game show.
All
Wheel
right.
of Fortune.
So we think like 15 seconds.
That's good. Yeah, give him 15 seconds.
So you're gonna start sweating. All right,
That's
ready?
15 minutes.
I'm really glad you're watching what I'm doing.
Watch the stopwatch.
But only give him 15 after I say it a couple times, because some of them are long-winded. So when he's actually ready to talk, you hit the timer.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start with this one, Terron. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Go.
My G was good.
Shit, that took all of 4 seconds. That guy comes fast.
Oh, how do you know that, Tom?
My sneakers.
Oh, shit. Oh, he didn't post any of those videos. Oh, I got you. That's the silence.
All right.
Let's give him another one.
Give
What
him
is?
one I bombed out on.
You didn't bomb out. Come on. No, I want to hear. This is the one I gave Kristen Graham. So, what is your favorite curse word?
Go.
Can it be like a sentence? Sentence?
Sure, it's yours.
Sentence.
Bitch ass.
Neighbors.
Bitch ass neighbors.
Neighbors.
We got it. Oh man.
Wait, how did you say sentence?
Sentence.
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 I honestly didn't even know what you
My
said.
sentence.
My sentence?
That was Dallas, Texas coming out of him there. Yeah. Okay. What sound or noise do you hate?
Not that one. Okay, go.
Sound or noise? No.
Okay.
I just hate loud noises out of nowhere. That's it. Just like a random loud noise, like a toilet flushing at night. Actually, a toilet flushing at night. I hate that.
Mind when you hear that? Like, do you get up and go like,
It's
rah?
no. It's just like I don't know. I just get like very my heart starts pounding. Like
Did you get a lot of like swirlies as a kid?
No.
Okay.
I just like when you're in a house and it's dark, the whole house is dark, and you go in the bathroom and you flush the toilet, and all of a sudden like this loud noise, and you're like, holy shit, somebody knows I'm here. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like a signal in my head like I'm hiding. In reality, I just let whoever intruder know in the house that
Where
I'm
you are.
here where I'm at.
All right, so don't flush the toilet around Toronto at night.
Well, I'm definitely going to do it now.
Let it sit. Wait
Leave a
till
present for the morning.
yeah.
All right.
That was awesome. That broke up the monotony. Now what I'm really curious about there, bud, is where you're heading and what do you want to do to keep growing and like you said, we mentioned gifts and abilities and just keep getting better at something. But what is it that's really burning a fire in your gut right now that you're saying in the next year, next 12 months, I'm going to go out and I'm going to light up the WWE ring, or I'm going to light up acting, or I heard you talking about maybe some stuntman stuff. What in the next year do you want to just knock out of the park?
The acting. Yep. The acting is a huge step for me. My favorite actor is Will Smith. And that's because, I'm such a Fresh Prince fan. I'm such a fan of just his work, period, and how diverse he is in his acting and the roles he can play. He can be the most funniest guy in the room, and he can be the most serious. And, that's the type of person I want to be, because I'm very goofy all the time, actually. And but to be able to do what he has done, at his level, and, honestly, as a Black actor, it means a lot. And to have the power he has in Hollywood is great. So it's just like I want to see myself, get to, those type of levels. And but I mean, not in a year. Hell, that was just not going to happen in a fucking year. But just to really get that started and going in a year, and I want to become at least a SAG-AFTRA actor within the year.
Nice. And how attainable do you think it would be that you could go meet Will Smith?
You know what? I've had this weird feeling that before I even moved out here, that I was going to get connected to Jaden. I was like, for some reason, me and Jaden Smith are going to get connected on a positive reason, and eventually, me and Will Smith would meet from that as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll happen.
And I think you've had some other manifestations in your life that have actually happened like that, right? So yeah. So I think that's something else you could probably touch on, that you're a huge believer in the manifestation of your thoughts, eh?
Yeah, I mean, and the more, and I do believe the more you constantly have a feeling and a strong thought about something happening, that it gets closer and closer to you. For the 5 years I went for NFL, and nobody's telling me, like, look, like, you can play college ball, blah, blah, that opportunity is just really gone. I mean, I had people saying, like, yeah, it's there, but on top of that, I had just as much people saying, like, it's over with. While I was working waiter jobs at Dave & Buster's, working at Cotton Patch, working at GameStop and stuff. And, eventually I got to that point. The next thing, so someone was like, you know what? I felt like before I even thought about WWE, while I was doing NFL, I was like, well, I feel like this is going to take me towards the NFL WWE path as well. A year later, literally not even a year later, actually, WWE tryouts, right after the NFL. And then even though I cut that deal out because it wasn't worth it, even from that, just things in my mind just started to process with I didn't know what certain people, like I'm saying, I told you Jaden was the specific person that I felt like I was going to meet. Now, before, I didn't really know the exact person, but I knew what field of work they would be in, that I would be connected with. And eventually that happened, So just like my move to LA, I've already connected with the people in the field that I want to connect with. When I was thinking about it in New York, already in LA. So it's all, you just got to have your mindset on what's going to happen and make it happen, and believe it's going to happen.
That is power. Kat, I see you nodding your head. That's pretty powerful, eh?
Totally. Where focus goes, energy flows.
Focus goes, energy. Is that a shirt? You need to make that
Sounds
shirt.
like it. I'm full of shirts.
Shirt.
Talking about shirts, you're repping one of the a really stellar brand, Alpha.
Oh yeah, Alpha. Yeah, so Alpha's one of my sponsors. Love Alpha. I've been with them. I got started with them years ago, because as other people have seen before, they had a belief, that I was going to do good stuff in the fitness industry and really be a name out there. And eventually I got to the point too where I'm with Alpha. I'm with a company called Just Saying. I'm probably one of the only people with 3 clothing companies, honestly, that don't go against each other, really. Because usually you're like, oh, the brands, they let you work together. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I have Alpha, Just Saying, which is like anime clothing from like cartoons, Japanese cartoons. And then I have Reebok.
And in the Reebok, that's like the shoe part of it, the footwear. Like
yeah.
Well,
actually, it's full everything, but mainly footwear.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And how long you been with Alpha? Did you say? When did this start?
Alpha started for me when it's probably been like 3 years.
Nice. I think one of the most killer things I like when you do is you do the howl, like the alpha wolf type thing. That's pretty killer.
No.
Why? Are you nervous?
I'm very nervous.
Oh, bullshit. It's just us.
I honestly don't know what it is, so I would like to try. Someone show me how.
You just gotta.
Could someone inject him with some electrolytes so he can do that a little more powerful? There we go. That's pretty awesome. And Kat, what do you where are you at right now? You just kicked some serious ass on the weekend, and
Giving all the boys a run for their money. Tom.
holy snap, are you ever? I think Kristen's probably going like, son bitch, she's challenged you. Now what's come out?
Well, I was I can't remember what I posted about it. My back was really hurting, and Kristen sent me a really loving message, really encouraging, and said, "Suck it up, bitch." That's the type of relationship we have. She's awesome, though.
We talking about
Kristen Graham, yeah.
Graham. All right, talking about Graham.
Yeah. Kristen Graham, she's awesome. She competed in strongman again the day before posting a power score. So she's just such a beast.
Yeah.
Speaking of Super League, are you coming back to compete for the title of Superhuman later this year?
Of course, I gotta knock Reggie down.
Well, this time you're not going to be hungover, right?
No.
Yeah.
Try not to be.
Oh, okay.
Is it gonna be in
Try
is it
is
gonna be in
pretty much a
Vegas?
fail.
It's gonna be here.
It's going to be here.
Damn.
And have you heard of the competition format they're going to have to compete in to round out you've already done 3D.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't done power yet.
I haven't done power.
Have you heard of combine?
And then combine. Yeah, that's the new one. 60-second bars.
Yeah. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's more your lane or power's more your lane?
I don't know what lane I really belong in because I do like everything. So it's like it depends. If I feel like, all right, I feel like an endurance person today. It's like, yeah, I'm set for it. And then I could just be like, all right, I'm not ready for this. I'm not. Because when you think of 60 seconds, as many reps as possible, it's like, that could be a lot of reps, or I can make it seem like a lot of reps, so.
Well, let's get into that here, because I would put money on you to be crowned like the superhuman male. I really would. I would put money on you. So, yeah.
That's smart. As long as you know I didn't go out the night before, it's smart.
Oh, no, yeah, there's going to be some rules. No piss-ups the night before, and probably no poontang for about 3 days before. Keep them nuts built up, okay? You got to take it all to the ring.
Ali style?
What's that?
Muhammad Ali style. He believed it or not. Like 2 months before a fight or something like that. It's crazy.
Oh, shit, I don't want you to do that. You'll definitely go nuts, man. but
I don't know if it's a bigger dork here, me or him.
I love the nerd glasses. That is a must. You can't lose those. But let's get into that. So you have done 3D. What's stopping you from doing power series? Has no one laid down the smack talk on you and challenged you yet? We haven't had Reggie in it either. So what's it going to take for you to do?
Last competition Reggie did was
power yet.
since our competition
Montreal.
That was dominance, basically.
He did Montreal, and then he hasn't done one since. So I'm asking you, what's it going to take for you to do the next power series? And then you're probably going to go get your ass handed to you in the combine series while you're there to learn it. Kat's going to probably run you through it, correct?
God.
Yeah.
I might get my ass. Sue would have to run us through it.
No, I don't get my ass handed to me. It's already there. No, but I'll do the power series. The one just passed. Just passed, yeah. But I keep thinking everything is like here, but it's like
all virtual.
It's all virtual now. Yeah. People like, oh, I can't make it to Vegas right now. I keep thinking that, but no, I forgot it's virtual. So you know what? Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you will. Nice. So, April, look out, Terron's coming.
I'll do the combine the same day.
Oh, April 8th.
Oh, shit.
Both.
I wish I could.
3 hours in between each.
Okay.
I wish I could see the look on Jay's face right now.
It's a good look.
Yeah, good. Okay, well there you go. You accepted the challenge, so we're gonna see you in the next power series. I mean, why not? You have 500,000 followers. Please, let's add this. People will be watching that badass savagery like crazy. That's what we need. Let's do this.
I'll make it happen now. We'll definitely get it done.
That is awesome. So anything else that Kat, I want you to ask Terron or Jay or Danny is in there or Sue, let's chime in one more killer question for Terron while we got his attention. Let's put him on the spot because I haven't been able to do it. He's just been nailing them here.
I've got the first one then. So Terron, we have the 3 series now. You know you can dominate one. You haven't tried the other 2, but we all feel like, and your name has come up a lot in this room, just so you know. We feel like you could be the first superhuman. The guy that actually posts the highest aggregate score between 3D, hour, and combine. Do you know anyone that could beat you? Can you think of any human on Earth that could beat you right now? It's the superhuman.
Oh, he's coming in. Look at that.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh wait, and all of them.
So here's how it works. On Friday, you do combine.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday, you rest. You just do your 3D score.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday, you do power. It's a weekend. Who could score higher than you across all 3? Because the highest score, highest totals.
Dun 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 dun.
You know who can? There's Terron Beckham, and then there's FB Aftermath.
Oh shit! It's the same guy. I love it.
The Aftermath coming at you.
Coming at you. I was about to say Larry Wilson, but then I was like, oh, no, I got Larry in the combine all day.
Who's coming in second? And by how much?
Who's at least a bit?
You know, I think, but no, I think Reggie's a really good like matchup to me. Reggie's, yeah, I you know, I didn't really know about him like at first when we first competed against each other. You know, shit faced. Like, you know, watching his stuff, like he really puts in some work.
Yeah. So the 2 names that have come up in this room. But who's going to be first in that super? I think we could take it. We'll get into that more. That was my question. So.
Especially, I think his thing over me would probably be honestly the combine over me. I think so. I think I would get him more on the power.
So, you know, here's the thing we're going to talk about. Combine. Pictures.
Yeah.
You strategize where your strengths are. So you can start with squat.
Jay, speak a little louder. Come a little closer. I want to hear this. I'm just get a little.
You know what? We haven't even had a chance to talk about this with Terron, but you know, with combine, it's not like it's 9 movements and we pick the order. It's 9 movements and you pick the order. The only thing that
said that before.
Yeah, the only thing that's
without the CPU.
Yeah,
Keep moving around it. It's like sit in.
the only requirement in combine is deadlifts or last. But and I'm sure, and this would be interesting too. I'll bet you someone who could score a great score in combine could challenge you to do their sequence, and you could probably still beat them in it because people are going to have the sequence where they're the strongest, right? They're going to do a certain movement first because maybe it's their weakness. They want to do it while they're fresh. You know, there's so many different strategies that you can employ. But here's another strategy. If you're just squatting your body weight, AMRAP, that's, what is it, 100 points per rep, Manny?
Yeah, that's right.
If you squat 1.5 times your body weight for AMRAP, it's 150 points per rep. So you can actually scale it up as much as you want, juice your score. And that's why I don't think anyone's gonna ever touch you. Because if you can strategize the order and you can scale up to where you can maximize your AMRAPs, well, I just don't think there's a human alive that can beat you. I honestly believe that.
That's so much pressure on me.
Oh, you got this. Come on.
No, I feel it. And you're right. You're right, Jay. No one can. Okay? You heard it first here. All right?
Right here in the war room. It got laid down. I love it. Shit. So does that fuel your passion and your fire even more? Like now you got something more to look forward to, bro. Like you're going to nail this.
I got to lose weight.
Ditto.
Fuck, actually, no. Let's see some V-taper. Put that shit up on the screen. Let's see that six pack.
I got exactly 20 pounds.
All right, let's do weight loss challenge.
A weight loss challenge. I'm gonna fail so bad because he was talking about Chris, that's his name, who picked me up. Chris. He was talking about Raising Cane's, and I'm going straight there right after that.
Oh.
Nice. Oh shit. Hey Danny, I saw you sneak in the room. How's things in the DJ world? You wanna You want to ask Terron a question that might put him on the spot?
I asked him the question about who can touch him. And that's what got the Reggie conversation going.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah. Got Reggie going.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy. Hey, look at this see this killer backdrop back here? I painted that.
You
Oh,
did?
sorry,
It's
Tom.
beautiful, man.
I'm just fucking with you. I lie a little bit. No, but I had it made. Isn't that killer?
Yeah.
Listen to me. I didn't believe you for a second. I know you too well. Come on now.
The dumb farm kid.
How was your vacation, brother? You look tan and happy.
Oh, shit, am I ever. Vitamin D is like the best thing ever. It just is. To give the D and take in the vitamin D is awesome. Oops, that came out.
Download it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Otherwise, we were gonna have to kick you out and not hear this podcast.
No, that wouldn't have made any sense at all. What about Super League? You got the app? No.
Nope.
I don't got the app. What's the app?
Well, you know what? I think I want to, Toronto, I want to ask you after you drink a couple liters of water there and get yourself replenished.
No, I'll drink more soda than water. I'm just joking. No, I don't.
I find in a lot of your videos too, you hit the motivational side very well too. You motivate all ages, young, old, both in gaming and in the physical side or the activity in that side. But who is it that you'd really like to reach out to in terms of laying it down the way it is, all bullshit set aside? If you had one crack to shake a magic wand and let people know how you felt or what you wanted them to feel or know, what would that look like?
What would that look like?
What's your message?
Yeah.
Pretty much not. You're not talking about a certain age group. Like,
No. As diverse as you want to be. Like, say, I was just saying, you touch all ages, man.
Oh, my message. Oh, yo, honestly, do whatever the fuck you want to, and be happy. Do whatever you want to, and find worth in it. You know, find if that's what you're happy with doing, find a business in it. Find something you can, live off of from doing it. You know, not long ago, if when I told my mom, I want to make money playing video games or working out. No, I mean, I love my mom and she loved me. She always believed in me, but, she wanted me to work an office job, because that was just what people do. They work office jobs and they make money and they do the 401k thing and get health insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean,
I feel like you're talking shit about me, right?
no. It's not that. It's
Like,
not
look at
that.
this guy. He's got the
It's
I'll
just like-
pull up my 401k right now. I'll show you what's up. All right?
Yeah, look at that. Look at see that shit. That's hard work.
Don't be like him.
No, and there's nothing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's just like I couldn't find comfort in that lifestyle. It didn't fit me. It didn't fit me because I'm too free, and I get when I feel like I'm under. Like she wanted me to work at a bank, right? Bank of America or something. And I couldn't do that. I couldn't be in a cubicle. I couldn't be at a computer all day, taking calls or, as secure as the job was, I'd rather, which I did, I decided to be a waiter instead. I get to control my hours a little bit. If I want to train longer or wake up late or do, and pick up hours or whatever, I could just call somebody, we could switch shifts. It's a lot easier to do jobs where I was a little bit more free, despite the title of the job, even though, being a waiter back then wasn't attractive or whatever. Good shit. But do what you love. Always put yourself, if you want to do what you love, put yourself around that culture that can help you grow while doing that. Pretty much, yeah.
That is awesome. I think that was a great answer, and I think that is going to touch a lot of people, buddy. And
In the right way.
no, yeah, in the right way. But don't
My message is just have fun. Don't be afraid to be a dork.
it,
All right.
it was pretty neat that you alluded to that too, because I know we've all said this before, and I want to get your take on that Super League is kind of alluding to that same kind of culture, family, everyone comes in, and you said it right early in the podcast, Ron. It's you versus you. And that's what this is about. There is no ego. Shit's left at the door, and just come in and lay it down. It's freedom all within itself when you can see it that way, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel Super League offers that too, hey?
Yeah, I mean, first off, when it's been about a year since you started it, and when he first set it up, it was just something so new that I hadn't even thought of even starting, or would think would even be something aside from everything else that's going on, like the CrossFit Games or the Olympia and something. And when they said that we got something new around the Olympia that we want you to participate in, and called Super League, like, all right, what is this? Blah blah. What are we doing? I was like, wow, it's just a super fun competitive vibe. Like bullshit's left at the door. You ain't got no shit judges trying to tell us if we look good or bad, or you need to work on this fucking muscle more than this one. And like, I'm like, no offense to that organization, because I know a lot of those guys really work hard for what they do. But at the end of the day, who can lift the weights? Who can lift the weights? Who can perform? And I'm a performance person. I'm an athlete over anything, whether it's weightlifting or athletic training or movements. Doesn't matter. I want to see somebody perform, and being a part of this has been really fun. And you just pretty much go at it. You versus you.
Yeah.
Well, you versus like 30 other people, and still you versus you as well. Yeah, you versus you. That's what matters.
Well, you know what? I hope they can all go to that place that you shared with us that you go to, where it's just the calmness, the calm before the storm. As you were saying it, that's what came to my mind. It's like you go to this calm before the storm, and the place that you perform the best as an athlete is in that calmness and that stillness. And when I come and watch those events, I've said this is getting old, but I literally watch all of you and your eyes roll in the back of your head, and you go somewhere totally different. And I picture like Braveheart, and I just picture on the battlegrounds, and I just picture like you're just going to get out to the other side. That's really what you're going to do. And yeah, people are yelling and encouraging you and doing all those things, but you're really not fucking hearing it. You're just in your zone.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I like it. It helps me in a way when I have like a crowd, everybody, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love the spotlight. I just love people being around me. I love just being the focus. That's why I do what I do, honestly. But I tune everything out. I'm not that type of guy that I gotta get like, yo, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. I hate it for me. And when other people are doing it for me, it feels good. But when I'm doing it, it feels fake. It's like, I'm just getting myself riled up for shit. I'm better focused when I'm just calm, going into what I'm doing, rather than like all hyped up and acting crazy. And I feel like I'm just wasting energy doing that.
I like actually see that's the place for old farts like me, because I can't perform like you, but fuck, can I yell? And that's what I come in, and I love doing it. I like leaving there with my voice gone. So this is good. We all got a place. Kat, I see you shaking your head a lot there. What are you thinking right at the moment here? We've unfolded some pretty good stuff here in this brilliant young man with all these gifts and abilities. That man, you're going places. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass either. I'm expecting to see you on the big screen, and I'm going to be eating popcorn in that theater saying, holy shit, I was able and had the privilege of having a podcast with this guy. You have the mindset, you have the ability. Fuck, man, you have the power. You have this hunger. It's just hunger. You are so fucking hungry. Nothing could stop you. You are that alpha that is just going to keep going. You're the leader.
Appreciate it. As long as I would be more alpha right now, but her legs are bigger than mine.
Man, would you two would have like the most jacked fucking kids ever walking the earth. At 10, they would have. Oh, sorry.
This man's got a girlfriend. Be respectful.
Sorry, fine, sir. But it was funny.
So honestly, what I was thinking two things. Like, number one, I had met Terron at Super League he was like stuck, glued to the ground, being hungover, waiting to go on. But then after Super League, I had reached out to him because I needed some guidance with a few different things I was working on. You were just so just willing to share knowledge and just really helpful. And that really stuck with me, like how nice, just open to help a stranger. That really stuck with me. But the second thing I was relating to is what you're saying of going to this place of calm when going into competition. And I really relate to that. I get to this point where, I personally, when preparing for a competition, know that I've done all the work, know that I am capable of whatever I'm about to do. And I just empty my head. And I almost think whatever happens, happens. I think you said that. And it's, if I win or lose, as long as I give it my all, that's all I can do. And when you're in that place of peace, I believe you perform so much better. And that feels like what you're saying. So I was really relating to what Terron was saying in his preparation.
I will say where I feel like I got this from,
Place of peace.
Place of peace, where the kind of like, it's whatever, because my father, my fucking dad, this is his answer to everything. Like, all right, after something goes down, he's like, son, it is what it is. And I feel like I'm the same way. Like, whatever the situation is, it is what it is. You've done all you can for it. It either, is you lay it all out and you just leave it as it is. So if it's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, I mean, there's nothing.
Go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
So. That's a very stress-free kind of way to think about it. All the unnecessary stress of worrying about performance, like what's that doing? It's creating a negative performance. You're focusing on what could go wrong, and you're creating wrong things happening.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's intriguing, well, to myself anyway, in the fitness industry, when young people like yourselves come out and you just say what you just said and share that, we've used this, we've cloned this slogan, by the way, Terron, trading vanity for sanity. And what you guys are doing here, and the bits and pieces that it's adding to your life, and how you're able to share that with others in such a humble way is just making you grow and get better, but it's allowing people to do the same and not feel pressure. It's not like, okay, I have to look like Terron at 25. Holy fuck. You've had all the accusations in the world about substance and shit. And I love the way you handle that, bro. And I don't give two shits whatever it is. You always go to the same thing. You eat healthy, you get up, you put in the time and the work, and you do it. And you show that every day, So, I mean, but your guys, what I'm getting at is your humility to this, the both of you sitting there, is overwhelming, and that's great. And I think that's what people need to hear. Well, people need to hear more of that. It's not about, sure, you're saying, I love to be in the spotlight. It's where I'm comfortable. It's what I want. That's how I want to make my living. Hey, that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to identify what it is that you want to kick ass at and go out and fucking do it. And that's what you're doing. But you still have the humility about it. And that is great that you guys have that, and move some serious ass weight. It's amazing. And Danny's probably crying over there behind. I think I just saw him move his arm and wipe some tears.
You're doing your things.
Trying to show me that 401k.
Yeah.
Give it a pep talk. You're still loved.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, if there's anything else you guys want to bring up, let's do it. If not, we got an hour and 15 minutes log. We've done pretty damn good. And man, do I appreciate you taking the time to do this. You're helping. This is all podcasting virginity breaking ground for Tom. I had those three crazy broads, Kat, Kristen, and Jamie, tackle me down, which was great. And this has been such an honor. And when Sue had texted me when I was way on my trip, dude, I did a happy dance that was out of this world. And people probably thought this guy has drank some serious Captain Morgan and he's flying. But I was like, I'm going to do Terron. And I was just fucking like hammered down. I was. So, yeah, no, I really appreciate you doing this, man. And this means a lot to me.
Appreciate you having me, seriously.
Yeah, this is some growth. And I can't wait to get in there and hammer some of these out with you guys coming in and competing and catching you after you competed and you're completely depleted and drained. I hope you say, go fuck yourself. I don't want to do this interview, but you do. We have some fun with it.
I got you. I'll probably be laying on the floor. So if you could just come to me on the floor.
Buddy, I'll lay right down beside you. I'll lay on your puke if whatever it's gonna take. These guys.
That's
Yeah.
just fine.
I'll lay on your
That'll be very
That's awesome. No, greatly appreciated. And hey, keep me in the loop here. How and what you think of the Combine series as they run you through this? You're going to make some videos, I believe, Jay. Hey.
Yeah, we've got the whole crew here. We're gonna shoot some great videos. We've got Aaron Reed's here. We've got Brandon's coming in tonight. We're gonna do some great videos today. So we're looking forward to it.
Like the Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen.
Yeah.
Holy, that big meat cake. Cat, I like watching him with you. That guy's a big boy. That's awesome. No, and I look forward to speaking with Aaron in a few hours here too. So this is like the Tuesday of my life. It truly is. This even is letting 47-year-old farts like me just get invigorated. You guys invigorate my soul. So I appreciate this opportunity.
47-year-old farts. That's like a fine wine.
Oh shit, Cat. You know it.
too bad I don't like wine.
Awesome. Well, you guys get out there and slay the rest of the day. And Kat, I'll see you and Aaron here in a few hours. And Terron, like I say, man, I really appreciate it. And I appreciate following you and all that you, all your gifts and abilities you put in front of the screen. And I look forward to seeing that in the big screen real soon too.
Thank you. And you will.
Keep chasing. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Have a great day, y'all.
Bye, Tom.
Thanks,
Take care.
Tom.
Thank you.